Hey, what's up? I'm Rafael de Furia, aka Rafi D is me, and welcome back to another beautiful Tuesday night, Friday night. Haven't decided which night I'm going to upload this video, so whatever night it is, welcome back to another beautiful evening. Right now I'm in Merano, and right in front of the main train station here, and it also doubles as a bus station. It is actually possible, if you come to visit Merano, to take a bus here from the train station to the center. But I actually would say it's probably easier just to walk it, unless you really have a difficult time walking. But what you would do is you would come out the main door from the train station, come out, take a right, go down this street here, and go to the roundabout, or I think in America they call it something different, a rotunda maybe? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm on my way to Bolzano right now just to take care of a few things, and I thought I would take you guys along with me because there were a lot of you who responded to my video that I did about Merano. Ah, great, I just stepped in gum. Oh, fantastic. Anyway, so I was saying, as I was saying, a lot of you seemed interested to see a little bit more of where I live because I'm going to Bolzano. I thought it would be an opportunity to be able to show you guys a little bit more of where I live, part of Italy that is maybe a little bit more off the beaten path. Not necessarily one of the main areas that people go to. More within the kind of German-speaking community. It's more of a tourist destination for that group, but among the English-speaking community, it seems like not too many people know about this area, and I think it's really underrated. But anyway, the first thing I need to do is validate my ticket, and that's actually one thing that I really love about living in this area, is that transportation can be really cheap. Can be. I'll explain why in a second. But for those of you who are traveling to the area and visiting and that want to travel from Merano to Bolzano, one thing that can actually be a little confusing with the train schedule is that there are two trains that go to Bolzano. One that leaves at like 16 past the hour, and then there's one that's at around 46. So 16 and 46 are generally the times that you can rely on. But there's one train that does actually list that it goes to Bolzano, but then the other train that goes to Bolzano, it goes on to the Brenner Pass, Brennero or Brenner in German. The train that I'm going on now is listed as stopping in Bolzano, but there are two trains that have a stop in Bolzano. And if you're trying to get anywhere else in the country from Merano, you really have to stop in Bolzano first. But what I was saying about the tickets is that the tickets in this area can be cheap. To go from Merano to Bolzano costs, I think, about $5.40, $5.50, maybe $5.60. But with the local transportation card, you can actually get a discount on your fares. But it depends on how many kilometers you've traveled during a year cycle. And that year is not the calendar year. The 12-month period starts from the day that you purchase your ticket. But it's only available to people who actually reside here. But in this 12-month period, I've actually racked up, I think, more than 2,000 kilometers. So instead of paying $5 to get to Bolzano, I'm only paying 99 cents each way. Just before I get on the train, I just wanted to show you guys some of the scenery around here, because it absolutely is gorgeous in the area. Merano is right in the middle of a valley, and so it's surrounded completely on all sides, almost. So this train is actually a Trento train. There are different types of trains that you have in Italy. For example, that's one of the Alto Adige trains. And these trains are more or less similar. They're the same model of train, but it's just that they have slightly different seating on the inside. In the rest of the country, you don't have necessarily these kinds of trains. I would say these are actually probably a little bit more comfortable, just a little bit more modern. But I'm just going to get on the train now because it's going to be leaving soon. If you're not traveling at a time when there are a lot of students that are going back and forth to school, you can actually get a section of 4 seats all to yourself that you don't necessarily have to share with anybody. And plenty of legroom. And then some trains actually even have chargers. So these are all Alto Adige trains, and now we're just going to be leaving Merano. But getting around this area, I have to say, is very convenient. Like the train said it was going to be leaving at 12:46, and it left at 12:46. There are certain things that run a little bit differently in this region. For example, you can hear Prossima fermata, Merano Maya Bassa. They do announcements in both German and Italian because, like I was mentioning, this region actually used to be a part of Austria. It was a part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Habsburg, Austria, that whole thing. But after World War I, this region was given to Italy. That was part of the agreement. And so actually when we're in Bolzano today, I'll be showing you guys some things that are kind of interesting from a little bit of a cultural perspective, kind of this Italian era versus the German era. But I'll show you some of the real differences of what Italy actually brought to this area once I get to Bolzano.
Nächster Halt, Gargazzon.
Prossima fermata, Gargazzone.
That's actually a good example of differences between the German names and the Italian names for this area, because there are differences between the two. But before we get to Bolzano, if you'd like to see more content like this about moving to Italy, Italian dual citizenship, and living life abroad, please be sure to subscribe with that notification bell turned on. And if you could also give this video a like, I'd really appreciate it, and it does help out the channel. And also, if you'd like to help the channel out in another way, feel free to share this video with your friends on social media, through email, WhatsApp, however you guys keep in contact. And if you'd like to help make videos like this possible on a monthly basis, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/Patreon. Or if you just want to help out once, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/support. But anyway, I guess the next time you'll see me, I'll be in Bolzano. But for now, there is a beautiful ride waiting. Just as we're leaving Merano here, up in the sides of the mountains, you can see some smaller little villages, and there's actually a reason for that. Once upon a time, this river here, the Adige, which also runs through Verona, was much higher than it is at its current level today. And a large portion of the valley was all marshlands, but now it's very fertile farming land. And down in the valleys now, you will find apple orchards and apple orchards for miles and miles, all between Merano and Bolzano. The apple trees here look a little bit different than what you might be used to. And yes, those are the apple trees that I'm talking about. And another thing this region is also known for is its wines. In the valleys is where they grow their apples, and up on the sides of the mountains are where they have their vineyards. This region is also globally known for its apple growing technology. People come from all over the place to see what they have here. But one thing that I always find really interesting, all around these mountains, just dotted, are castles. Tons of castles. Keep your eyes wide open when you come to Alto Adige, Sudtirol, and look up at the mountains. Sometimes you'll be able to see castles. Yes, castles that were actually once used. A lot of the valleys here were used and still today are used for trading routes.
Prossima fermata, Ponte Adige.
I really wish the weather had been a bit more clear, because these mountains over here, these mountains in the far distance that look like shadows, are actually the Dolomites. The area that I'm traveling through is just the Alps, the regular Alps. But if you go off in that direction in not so far away, just a stone's throw practically, are the Dolomites.
Bahnhof Bolzano. Der Zug endet hier.
Stazione di Bolzano, termine corsa.
So now we are here in the big city of Bolzano. Big city is relative for this region because in total I think there's only 104,000, 130,000. I forget exactly off the top of my head, but it's not a huge city. There's a lot of people here, but not a ton. When you come here, if you get the train that comes and stops in Bolzano, it's actually quite convenient because it gets off at this platform, which is directly connected to the train station, so you don't have to walk underground or anything. Because normally, you would have to get on over there on platform number 3 or 4. So you have to go underground and then up and down and up and down. They have elevators here, thankfully, but it's just nice to be able to get off the train, no stairs, everything flat. And if you're going to be traveling here and you want to rent a car, there's actually a rental office right here. And then right next to the rental office is a place where you can get tours, go up into the mountains, or rent a bike, or you can also drop off bags there if you're traveling with a lot of baggage, just here for a couple of hours in between trains.
So it's possible to actually buy train tickets from here with the machine, or you can just go up to the ticket counter.
And both at the electronic kiosks and the ticket counter, it is possible to buy interregional train tickets, long-distance train tickets, and they actually have another office where you can actually get Austrian and German tickets, and it's actually just right back over there. But right now, I am in Bolzano. Whoa, ho, 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 hold up, what's going on here? I thought we were going to see Bolzano. Well, we are, eventually. But it's going to be in another video because this one is already starting to get a little bit long and I don't want to make these videos too long for you guys. So I know that a number of you have already said that you are interested in seeing Bolzano, so don't worry, that is coming. But if you want to get notified of when that video comes out, and if you would like to see other videos about moving to Italy, Italian, dual citizenship, and just living life abroad, please be sure to subscribe with that notification bell turned on. And if you could also give this video a like, I'd really appreciate that, as it does help out the channel. And also, if you are wanting to help out the channel in another way, feel free to share this video with your friends over social media, email, WhatsApp, however you guys keep in contact. And as always, a huge thank you to those of you who help to make videos like this possible on a monthly basis through Patreon. And if you would also like to become a monthly patron, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/Patreon. But if you're also interested to make videos like this possible, but only want to help out one time, you can go to rafaeldifuria.com/support. And of course, as always, thank you for joining me on another beautiful Tuesday night. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Have a great one. Later.